Hey guys, just a quick note from me. It's been a minute since I posted one of these. This is still happening, and I appreciate you joining for this interview with Kenny. A couple of things to mention. Number one, this podcast was recorded 2 weeks ago. Due to life being crazy right now, I think that means I'm getting old. It's taken me a while to find time to edit, so sorry about that. I appreciate your patience. Kenny's actually representing England in the IMMAF World Championships in Abu Dhabi this coming week. The links to the tournament will be below if you're on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., just Google IMMAFs or go to immaf.org. That's IMMAF.org. The tournament pass is $9.99. Buying the tournament pass will help the growth of the sport at the amateur level, but however you choose to watch, I know your support will mean the world to Kenny. Number two, I have a Patreon. It's very tongue-in-cheek, as you'll see. I don't expect anything to come of it. I said to people in person, I love doing this podcast and I don't need it to be a job. And it's still very early days regardless. However, if you do enjoy what I do, and you want it to be a more regular thing, and you can afford it, the minimum price is £1, and you'd be surprised how far £1 a month will go with me. By the end of the year, I want to be releasing 2 interviews per week. I eventually want to add a third and expand my setup to something more complicated. I think the first thing I need to do is get an actual logo though. As much as I enjoy teaching, and I don't think I'll ever fully stop, working, training, and staying physically and mentally healthy alongside college takes up a lot of time. Yeah, woe is me, I know. I finished college in July, but I don't want this podcast to take a backseat until then. If you can't afford it, or just don't want a tip, that's absolutely not a problem. I can empathise. The fact that people are listening to this is something I'm so grateful for, and still, to be honest, shocked by. While you're listening, a follow, rating, review, like, comment, subscribe, and all that would go a long way. Hitting the bell icon on YouTube will mean you get notifications when I post a new interview. And obviously a share on your social media accounts or directly to people you think would like this would be amazing. So without further ado, here's Kenny.
You've got a Harry Potter mug. That's quite sick.
That's Alicia's.
Yeah.
She's also got the one that's the Marauders map that when you put hot stuff in it changes. Yeah,
that's quite sick.
Yeah, I think she got it from Harry Potter World.
Yeah.
Have you been?
Yeah, I've been.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm a proper Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
Like, next level.
What's have you read the books? Yeah.
Yeah, but not all of them. But it's like I'm more like a spell freak.
Right.
Like I'm more about the spells. Like I'm just all about the spells. I don't even know how to explain it without sounding stupid.
No, go on, do it.
No. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Let's just change the topic.
You see Garon's podcast?
Sorry?
Did you see Garon's episode?
Yeah, I watched a bit of it.
Oh man.
Why?
There was just so many things where he's like, no, let's change the topic. And I was like, no, let's not change the topic. Okay, cool. Welcome to the I Will Come to Fight podcast. I believe this is episode number 6. I'm going to try and get this right without butchering it. Today we have Mr. Kenirujan, the Tamil Tiger, Suthakaran.
That was
Suthakaran.
Yeah, that was fine.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Hi, man.
I've got the seal of approval. How are we today?
We're great, man. A bit tired, but we're good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Excited to be back. New year.
Yeah.
Haven't done one of these in a while, so there's been some scheduling conflicts with a few people. So you're up in Coventry. What were you doing this weekend, Kenny?
So basically, I've been selected for the IMF at the end of this month, at the end of Jan. So we had a squad training session today up in Manchester. So I literally came back. I came to Cov. I keep saying came back because I'm always used to being here. But I came back to Cov last night, dropped my brother off here, went up and stayed over at Nottingham, and then went over to Manchester to train, and then came back here to chat to you, basically.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
busy weekend.
Yeah.
You driving back to London tonight?
Yeah.
That's mad. Are you PTing tomorrow?
What's the day tomorrow? Monday?
Monday.
No, I'm training tomorrow. So tomorrow morning I'll chill for a bit because today was not meant to be training day, but it is. So tomorrow morning I'm going to chill, and then tomorrow evening I've got sparring.
MMA sparring?
Yeah.
Is that's a New Wave Academy?
Yeah, in Croydon.
In Croydon. How long have you been training there for?
So I've been training there for ages. I went there before I came to Lions when I came over to uni. So when I finished my A-levels at like 2017, I think, in the summer holiday, I decided to start with MMA. And then I went over to their gym, trained the whole summer, and then I came over to uni here and then joined Lions Gym.
What did you study at university in Coventry?
I did manufacturing engineering.
Manufacturing engineering. And what was it about that sort of spoke to you? What did you want to?
Nothing really.
Nothing.
I'm from a Tamil family, and we have to study. Like no matter what we do, we have to study and finish off education, I guess. So I did physics, chemistry, and maths at A levels. So from there, it was just the engineering route, and manufacturing just was there. So I just picked that, I guess. I wasn't interested in it. Like I just went because that was the way to go, I guess.
Okay. Then you've got no interest in pursuing anything in engineering?
No, not really. No.
That's fair. To be fair, like by the looks of things, your MMA stuff, your PTing, all that's like.
When I was second year of uni, towards the end of the second year, I started PTing, like because I learned how to obviously it's not just holding pads, it's actually teaching. But James taught, like from going to like PTs with James, I learned how he teaches a little bit, like how he looks at stuff, and then from there, that really helped me, I guess, and I just started teaching from there, but not like full time or something, because I was still at uni. So what I'd do, I'd come uni, stay here for Monday to Friday, train as well Monday to Friday, and then drive back Friday night, teach Saturday, Sunday, come back Sunday night, start doing uni again.
I always thought that was absolutely mental. And you were training, you were training full time as well as...
Yeah, as full as I can, I guess. Like except when uni was there, I'd be in the gym, I guess.
Yeah. But looks like it's paid off.
Yeah, it's paying off. Not quite there yet. I want to keep just going,
What do you think the next goal is?
Oh, right now the next goal is IMF for me. So 22nd, I'm flying out to Abu Dhabi, and I just want to experience the whole aspect of just flying out and fighting in MMA. Just was always a goal of mine to do, I guess. Believe it or not, in 2019, I think, when I was training at Lions, I went to their trial, but I didn't get in. And I was always like, aggy about that. I was like, why did I not get in? Because I'm training. Like, why am I not getting in? But, so this trial was really random when it came, because I was training for my other fight that happened on December 18th. So I was just training for that fight. I didn't really know about all of this. And then my coach at New Wave was like, there's this trial, go to it kind of thing. So I went. That's how it basically was started, that part. What
do you think the difference is in your ability now compared to when you did the trials a few years ago?
I think I'm so much more well-rounded now. Like, a whole new level of well-rounded for me, I guess. There's still so much for me to improve, but it's the grappling. The grappling is what's there now for me. I'm so much more grappling nowadays, but people are thinking I'm no longer a striker. Like, I'm not a striker,
Yeah, I remember in one of your fights that I watched recently, the commentator even said that you're a great striker with an amazing double leg. Which is nice to hear.
Yeah.
I remember sparring with you when you were at Lions, and you would get you would make leaps and bounds, but you would get very upset, frustrated with yourself if you got out grappled. Just looking at your last few fights.
Like, I'm sure that a lot of the guys at Lions Gym would know that how my grappling was at the beginning, like in MMA even, like, because I'd strike well, everything, but grappling wasn't there because I didn't learn it as much from the beginning. But now I've just put so much more time into my wrestling, my jits, and it's there. Like, all my wins last year were submissions, There was not much striking. Well, even though there was a bit of striking, but the wins were because of grappling,
I mean, that's the game, especially at the amateur level. People want to grab hold of you, and if you need something to be able to do something about it, right?
Not even just amateurs, everywhere, I guess, If they just know you can strike, they're not going to want to strike with you.
No, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. Do you enjoy it?
Enjoy what?
Grappling.
Yeah. Before I didn't. I actually didn't. I didn't like it that much because I wasn't good at it. But the more I just went through it, even when I wasn't enjoying it, I just kept going through it. There would have been days where I'd be driving home from training, I'm like, what the hell was that, man? Because I'd just get out grappled. But I've always told myself just to keep going, and then it was there. And even when you get messed up in training, grappling, it builds you up for the fights, I guess. So I grapple with good grapplers. I don't know if you've heard of Noah, Hamza from New Wave Academy. They're all amateurs. Well, Noah's turning pro, but these men are really good grapplers. So grappling with them just takes you up a level, I guess.
Yeah, it's one thing I can't speak for the guys at New Wave, although I've seen some of your guys' fights. It's one of the things that I think about Lions is you can go to a session at Lions and you think, oh, I'm so bad, like I'm getting smashed in grappling. And then you go to a competition and you realise actually the level of grappling at the gym is above a lot of other gyms because you're even if you're a quote unquote striker, you're smashing grapplers from other gyms.
Definitely.
You're a guy with a striking background, a heavy striking background, and I do want to get into that. Is there any interest in competing, or have you competed in jiu-jitsu or any kind of grappling at all?
I've only competed in jiu-jitsu once, and that wasn't even like a competition. It was an interclub. This is
the one in Leeds?
Yeah, I think so. So I competed in MMA and K1 on that day, and there was a jiu-jitsu match ready for me as well. I did that. No one won. We were just rolling for 5 minutes, and then it stopped. So it doesn't really count, I feel like, but yeah, I did that. That's the only grappling competition I've done.
I mean, the jiu-jitsu at those places is pretty close to competition jiu-jitsu anyway.
Yeah, so. As in one person needs to tap in it, but no one tapped.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously there's no points, but you get points at a competition. But it's closer to an amateur jiu-jitsu a tournament than, let's say, interclub MMA is to amateur MMA.
Yeah,
because you can pretty much go full on in those jiu-jitsu interclubs. So let's go way back. How old were you when you started karate?
I was 9 years old.
So that's older. I'm surprised by that. That's older than I thought you'd be.
Yeah, like I always hear people just starting training at like 5, 4, but I did a lot of other stuff. Like I did like dancing and stuff when I was really young, and these like the type of dancing I did like required like crazy level flexibility and like balance and all of that. So I always thought that was a great help in my beginning, like athletic wise. But karate was 9 years old. Yeah.
What kind of dancing was it?
Basically, it was this traditional Tamil, like South Asian type dance. I don't really know how to explain it. It used to be, it's called Bharatanatyam. And frankly, it was known for females to learn that dance. That was like the thing. Like it was like all the Tamil girls that are around me, they all learned that dance. So I was the only boy that learned that dance in like the whole borough. Like in the whole of Lewisham, that was the only, and I was known for it as well, for learning that dance. But it's incredibly hard, and if you're good at it, you're good at a lot of things because it's just sick, like balance-wise, everything, you know?
Was it a problem you learning that style of dance?
Sorry?
Was there ever a problem with, did anyone have a problem with you learning that style?
No, my mum just sent me there. My mum was like, you have to learn this. I was like, oh, okay. I was in like year 2 or something. She really wanted me to learn everything, you know? Like, dance. She put me in karate, not because I wanted to. I didn't want to do anything. Like I was just an energetic kid, but my mum would just want me to do this, do that. So I just went, basically.
Do you think it was to get you out of the house, or do you think it was to?
As in, I had a lot of energy.
Yeah,
like, crazy level of energy. Proper hyperactive kid, I think. So I have to get rid of that energy, I guess. So she just put me in everything she could possibly think of, you know.
Did you do any other sports as a kid?
As a kid, like. As like a
like a little
kid.
Kid.
No, it was just karate and dancing.
So did the dance help with the karate?
In terms of flexibility, I always thought so. Because in karate, they used to push people like to a point where you would cry kind of thing. And I've cried because of stretching back in the day, but it was always worse for other people. I felt like I was still able to do a certain level. But I think, dance did help that, yeah. Yeah,
what's interesting is you see a lot of, especially in MMA, people want to look down at a lot of karate schools because there are a lot of quote-unquote muk dojos, and jiu-jitsu's sort of going that way as well. But, like, from the moment that I saw you sparring and hitting pads, whether it was in Thai or whatever we were doing at the time, it was clear that you had a legitimate striking background. Yeah. And then I know we've talked about sort of what karate was like for you, and while you did still have to do the traditional sort of the kata and stuff like that, it seems to me that you went to a legitimate karate school that were teaching good martial arts, good fundamentals.
it was the fundamentals. That's the key that we did. Like, we would do one kick literally 1,000 times. Like that
Bruce
quote.
Lee shit.
Yeah, like literally the quote. Like literally we'll be in our stance, we'll do the front kick, chain stance. And I learned in a way where I didn't know what orthodox and southpaw was until I was like 17. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know people fought like left-handed and right-handed people. I just thought they fight both stance. So when they finally told me, I was already able to fight in both stance, I guess, like, because I didn't know about it. Like in karate, like they don't even teach it to you like that. It's just this kick and then the same thing the other leg. So we're doing everything the same. Like it's
Bistandtial, as you would say.
Safe in like jiu-jitsu, when we're doing drills and stuff, we pick a side more of the time, right? Like when we're doing it with our partner, we'll do, like we obviously do the weaker side once or twice, but more time we do the stronger side. But in karate, there was no stronger side or weaker side. It was just both sides. We're just doing it again and again and again. I think that helped a lot. But a problem for me was we did it on air. Like we would kick the air 1,000 times. So the problem for me was bringing that power behind, like precision, speed and everything was there. But it was then Muay Thai that really got me into the power side of it, I guess.
Yeah. It was Leandro. You know Leandro? Mostly jiu-jitsu guy, but big, muscly, like he's an ox of a Brazilian man. He when he's coached, he's a brown belt at Lions. When he's coached at Lions, he always emphasizes doing both sides. So he goes, do both sides.
Oh, okay.
Do both sides.
Yeah.
Because you're absolutely right. People will pick a side, whether it's grappling or striking. When did you start Muay Thai?
I was in sixth form. I was around 16, 17. That's when I started Muay Thai.
And what was that day one
That
like?
was weird. Basically, so I started doing a lot of karate competition, full contact karate competition, and the interest for me, the passion just started taking over. I was always thinking about it. You know that phase when you're like a kid and you just want to do one thing and it's that. So I went up to my mum and I was like, I want to start other stuff. I want to start doing Muay Thai. I want to start doing MMA. My mum said no to MMA straight, like because I was young. And she said no to Muay Thai as well. She was like, you could get hurt, this and that. And then in school, there was a friend in the year above. This guy looked like a fighter, like the way he was handling himself, the way he'd like move about. And I had no idea who he was. I've never spoken to him in my life. And he was wearing a shirt, and under the shirt there was a vest, and it had like a Thai thing on it, like two people fighting Thai style. And that's all I saw. And I literally just went up to him. I was like, do you do Muay Thai? Because I didn't know any gyms there either. And he was like, yeah. His name was Miran. He's not here anymore. He's doing medicine abroad. And he was like, yeah, I do this, I do that. And then he took me to the gym. And then I had nothing but karate, no stamina, nothing. It's just good kicks. That was it. And good kicks that aren't even powerful. It's just good kicks, like high, nice to watch kicks. And then from there, I was like, okay, there's stuff to improve, even like obviously in striking. Was
it a strict Muay Thai gym?
Yeah, it was just Muay Thai.
So that must have been interesting. You might not have heard it, but did anyone have anything to say about your
I remember,
karate background going into the Muay Thai gym?
They really liked me, like the way I was doing my kicks. Like I wanted to learn as well. Like I wanted to learn it all, and I had the skill to learn, I guess. Like it's not like I knew nothing about kicking, you know. But I remember the first time someone taught me how to check, and it wasn't good. Like he was like, okay, this is how you check. Obviously, checking's easy, but it's the whole taking the shot on your shin is the hard bit, right? Like mentally. So he was like, okay, this is how you check. So I know how to check now. And then he goes to kick me. I check, and my shin was swollen for like 3 weeks, like badly swollen. So I was like, whoa, this is like the real deal. Like you can't just learn to kick high. You need to be able to kick strong. You know.
It's also a completely different stance, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got such a wide base with traditional karate.
Yeah.
Whereas Muay Thai is like so square on, and the points is obviously completely different in terms of what scores and what does. Have you competed in Muay Thai?
Yeah. I competed when I was in Lions Gym in 2019.
How did that go?
That was calm.
Yeah,
it was nice. It was the whole music, fighting to the music.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Would you do it again?
Now that I'm focusing completely on MMA, probably not. But I wouldn't completely count it out because I really did like it. if I didn't do MMA, I'd probably do K1 or Muay Thai, you know?
Interesting. Which style do you prefer, K1 or Muay Thai?
I prefer both, like, because, like, if I have to fight like that, I'd fight like that. Like, because for K1, I'd like to fight rangy, and Muay Thai, I like to clinch up as well and sweep and grab the legs and sweep and all of that.
I think that's it's part of the beauty of MMA and or like training for MMA is you get to experience so many different styles, and you know, you can find something to appreciate in all of them if you really put your mind to it. And you've got that sort of I want to learn everything attitude, which is really cool. You like boxing though as well, don't you? Like straight boxing.
Yeah, as in I've never competed in straight boxing, but I like to learn it. Yeah. To be fair, nowadays, when I was at Lions, I used to do a lot of just pure boxing sessions, but nowadays I don't. I'm a lot more just MMA sessions. It's like more MMA sessions.
So just going back to the karate for a second, you did how many tournaments do you reckon you did for karate?
I don't even remember. It was a lot, man. I went to America when I was 14 to fight in it was called the International World Karate Association World Championships.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 14 and I won the fighting and the kata. That's when it started for me. That's when that fire started, I guess.
What for
martial arts, basically. Like, I always liked it, but it was more like I was just like there was a talent there, but I didn't really care. Like, it was just fun for me going every Sunday to karate. It was one of them ones. But when I started training for that, for a year before I knew I was going to this, I was all I was doing was like training karate, watching karate, just breathing karate, just karate by itself. Like, I didn't even know about MMA or anything. It was just karate for me, like kicks, punches to the like right hand punches to the body, this and that, and yeah. But I didn't even go there thinking I would win like in the fashion I did. But I won the kata first, the patterns, you know, and then after that I was like, okay, and then both of it I won.
So what was that moment where you went, okay, this is what I want to do? Like what's the driving force behind that? Is it just winning? Because you don't seem, obviously you want to win, but you don't seem like to me like a guy that's motivated purely by winning. Because
right now, like in MMA, there's a lot of stuff that motivates me. My there's hunger to win, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, I've got crazy hunger, I think. And my reasons for fighting are simply it gets very deep, I guess. Like my people are a very big influence in why I want to win and stuff. Like, I'm Tamil and I'm an Ulam Tamil person, so if I don't know if you already know about everything that's happening back home for our people. So there's a lot of like discrimination, genocide, all of that's happening, and a lot of civil war happened in Sri Lanka and all of that. So, and right now all of Ulam Tamils are all over the world without an actual country to their name officially, you know. So I want to just put us on the map, you know. I want to put us on the map and just show everyone who we are. We're Ulam Tamils, you know. I want to show that, and I want other Tamils, not in just MMA, just in everything, just show who Ulam Tamil people are, you know. To be fair, nowadays there's a lot on Fight Star, there was another Tamil guy who fought, and he took the flag and everything, and I never seen someone take the flag except if it was me, you know. And when I saw that, it was just breathtaking. Like, he's walking and he's fighting and he's winning, and it's sick to watch.
It means a lot to you.
Yeah, that motivates me deeply. My family, we're not insanely rich and stuff. Like, we're below average people, and stuff like that. You just want to build them up and bring them up and give them a better life, you know.
Do you think that that affects your work ethic?
Yeah, definitely. As in, I feel like I can do stuff by myself. Like, in terms of like even like something simple like SNC. Like, I work with Josh for SNC, and the SNC workouts he gives me is extremely hard. Like, it's insane, and I do that by myself in the gym, and no one's watching me. Like, Josh isn't watching me do this. Like, he's not standing right there saying push, push, push. Like, he would do for like other MMA fighters would have. Like other MMA fighters would have coaches who are pushing them. But I feel like whether or not someone's pushing me, I'll push myself and make sure I do it. Just because he's not watching doesn't mean I would stop or even slack off a little bit. If he says 3 sets, I'll make sure I do 4 sets kind of thing. Like it's literally like in terms of like treadmill sprints that I do close to my fights, if he says 3 to 4, it means like 4 to 5 in my head, you know? If he says 30 seconds to 60-second rest, it's definitely 30 seconds for me. Like I'll just really push it to the limit. And Josh would know, like, can I swear?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucked after like my sessions with him. And it's good, it's sick. So I think my work ethic is very high. Yeah.
Shout out to Josh Merritt.
Yeah, sick S&C coach.
Yeah, nice guy as well.
I've only really met him for S&C. I haven't really chatted to him about much else.
Have you met him in person?
I saw him at the wedding.
Oh, right. That's
Yeah.
good. So that was the first time you guys met?
No. I've met him before, but it was
Right.
purely for S&C. Like I just went to a session with him. But yeah.
Okay. So you go to this Muay Thai gym?
I don't anymore.
No. But
Oh, yeah, cool.
let me tell the story.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
You
fair.
go to this Muay Thai gym. You train there. How long do you train there for?
I trained there for the whole of my sixth form, so 2 years. 2 years, and then every now and then when I was at uni I still went there when I was back at home. So I'll still go there every now and then. I haven't been there in a while, but it's not like I just stopped going there. But so far, like 3-4 years.
So was that is this a separate gym from New Wave?
Yeah. This was.
So you were training in both places?
No. When I was training at New Wave, I wasn't. No. Yeah, when I was training at this gym was called King Cobra, and when I was training there, I didn't even know about New Wave at the time.
And when did you start training at New Wave? Remind me.
When sixth form finished.
Sixth form finished. Okay.
Yeah, so this was Muay Thai was when sixth form started.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had a lot of Muay Thai then. Were you?
Yeah.
You'd finished karate by this point.
I finished karate a week before. No. Yeah. I became a black belt in karate when I was around year 11. Yeah, so it's literally before I started sixth form year. But I didn't finish. I was still practicing karate and stuff. But I stopped karate like a week before I left to uni because I couldn't go anymore because I was here, you know.
And you just haven't wanted to go back.
No, I've been back.
Oh, okay.
Not like regularly. I've been back every now and then, but I still practice it by myself.
That's cool.
I still practice karate. Like I still practice my meigiri and all of that, like my front kicks, my side kicks, my front side kicks, you know, my roundhouse kicks. I still practice it, but I don't go there, you know. Yeah.
So you went to university in Coventry. Do you remember what year this would have been? 2016, maybe? 2017?
2017.
2017. So a year after I got to Cov. What drew you to Lions?
That was actually quite fun. I mean, funny. So I knew wherever I went to uni, I needed an MMA gym to be there, like close to me, so I can train. Because I wasn't just gonna go uni and forget about martial arts. I was literally looking at unis where there were good martial art gyms to apply. So like 6 months before, I knew I've got a conditional offer from Cov, but I knew more time I was gonna get into Cov and go Cov. So I called Raj, but Raj didn't know I was me at the time. So I called him and I knew it was Raj, and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna come to Lions Gym in like 6 months. How does it all work? This and that. And then he was like, yeah, this is how it works. Just come when you get to uni and this and that. And yeah, that's how I looked them up basically. And then I saw like Andre Winner, Jimmy Woolhead was teaching there, and I found that quite cool.
Did you know either Andre or Jimmy from before?
I've watched Jimmy Woolhead and I saw Andre on the Michael Bisping documentary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was like, oh shit, it's him. I remember him.
I should check that out. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, as in it's a very small glimpse, but I saw
Right.
he was there, and I was like, oh. And then I looked at like there's like a biography of him, like on the Lions Gym website at the time. I don't know if it's still there. So I read about him.
I think who
Andre.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll still be there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw that and I was like, okay, that's sick.
Yeah. I loved training with both of those guys.
Yeah, they're
Um,
sick.
Yeah. Alicia's training with Jimmy tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And we've both got Dre on Thursday.
Oh, you do like PTs with them?
No, just MMA sessions. with the gym. So yeah, you start training at Lions. Obviously training in Muay Thai. I know you did boxing as well. Was that when you started training jiu-jitsu, or had you done a bit of jiu-jitsu before?
I did jiu-jitsu when I finished sixth form, when I started at New Wave for like 2 months before I came to Lions. And then it was all Lions, like most of the time, because I trained mostly at Lions for jiu-jitsu, yeah, so far.
Talk about your time at Lions, like what?
Lions Gym was it was a fun time for me. I can never forget Lions Gym kind of thing. It's kind of close to my heart. I think Lions Gym played a huge part to me even finishing uni, you know? There was a point where I was going to drop out of uni. I don't know if Raj already told you.
James told me this.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah. And I was literally going to go to the hub and tell them I'm done and then go drive to London kind of thing. And then Raj told me, before you do that, I told Raj I'm going to do this. And then Raj said, before you do that, come to Lions quick. I want to chat to you. And he just lectured me. Like, he just lectured me to a point where I thought, okay. I didn't drop out, basically. And it just stress. And I was fighting as well. So it made me keep my time. Like, I managed my time quite well, even with uni. Like, I managed my time so well, even if I had an exam the next day, I'd still come Lions. Because I'd end up revising for the exam or something before. So I was able to manage my time also. I think Lions Gym helped me a lot with that.
So it was Raj that convinced you to stay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe I should have spoken to Raj then.
Yeah, Raj was like, you can't drop out, like, at all.
Yeah,
there was no chance.
Maybe I should have spoken to Raj before I dropped out then. I spoke to James and he was like...
Yeah, I think, if I remember correctly, I think James was like, yeah, if you want to, kind of thing. But Raj, there was no chance.
James said to me, he said, I've never heard you say anything positive about maths. And I'm like...
You did maths?
Yeah, I did maths. Yeah.
Oh, mad. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What, like pure maths?
As in straight math. Yeah. And so we had to do like your mechanics, your
fair.
programming, your statistics. But yeah, that was that was an interesting time in my life. In my second year of uni, basically, I was doing open mics, I was training, and then I was sleeping all day, just like missing all my lectures, because I'd already worked out by then. I was just like, I don't want to be at uni doing maths. It sucks. So
yeah, maths sounds quite long. I did maths at A-levels. It was not nice.
Manufacturing engineering, though.
Yeah, but for real, there was not that much maths in manufacturing engineering. It was more like from a business point of view and processing and stuff like that. There was not that much maths, like pure. There was a little bit of maths, but not like Findex and all of that, you know?
Not like Findex. I find it funny that people think that that's what I did for 2 years.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean, innit?
I know what you mean. So you had a few fights while you were at Lions.
Yeah.
Some of them... So how many kickboxing fights did you have?
I had 1 kickboxing fight, 1 Muay Thai fight, and the rest were all MMA, except the karate fights.
Yeah, I remember your kickboxing fight, and like that, you just smashed that guy.
Were you there?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, fair.
I was hammered.
Oh.
It was... it's a funny story about this. She's going to get embarrassed by me telling this story, but... Because Melissa was fighting, and Alicia was friends with and colleagues with Melissa, all the gymnastics gym drove over to see Melissa fight, and as Melissa, because she got that knockout in like 15 seconds, she's trying to get out of the cage, and all of the gymnastics girls are like crowding her to hug her and stuff, and I'm there trying to hug Melissa, and they're like, Alicia, who we didn't know each other at the time. It would be years until we like met properly.
Oh,
but Alicia just remembers seeing this drunk kid with a wrestling t-shirt on. I think it was this t-shirt actually, with glasses and a pint, just trying to get through to hug Melissa, and just like no one gave a shit at all, and she felt like really sorry for me.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
It was a cool night because we had like seven fighters. Theo was on the card.
Yeah.
You see Theo recently?
Yeah.
You ever see Theo?
No, I haven't seen Theo since he left.
That's a shame.
He still messages me every now and then on Instagram.
Is he fighting?
Sorry?
Does he still fight?
I don't think so. No.
He should. It's a shame.
Yeah, he was sick. Yeah, he was a sick guy.
Yeah. Safa was on there. Who else?
Oh, that fight was mad. That fight was mad.
Yeah.
I was holding his phone for a live, and his family was watching. And then after what happened, his mom started calling, and I didn't know what to say. So I'm picking up, and then she's like, "Are you fine? Are you fine?" And I'm like, "He's fine." And then I cut the call, but then she keeps calling, and I'm in this stressed out mode, and because he was like, "Oh,"
and you've got to tell her that he's fine, and he is not fine.
Oh my god, yeah.
Didn't he throw up? Like,
yeah, he was like very tired and like really tired, innit? Like insanely tired.
Yeah,
it was mad.
He comes back occasionally.
Yeah, I saw him at the wedding. He was dancing like.
Oh, yeah. I love that guy.
Yeah, he was quite jokes.
So yeah, you do 3 years. Did you do a placement year?
No.
So you did 3 years at Lions. Obviously the pandemic kind of screwed your graduation, but in your second year you start doing this schedule. Was it towards the end of your second year you start doing this, going back every week? Yeah, and so you're at uni 5 days a week, training as much as you can at Lions, and you started PTing at Tiger Den. Tell me about the Tiger Den.
Okay, so Tiger Den, I started it at the end of second year. I just built like a little space in my back garden to originally just train, just do stuff for myself. But then I was like, I built this, I might as well try to do some PTs. And then it started happening. So I was like, okay, let's start coming back every weekend, because I had enough clients to come back and still make profit, I guess. And so I started coming back every week and teaching, and I'll teach from like 9 to 6 on Saturday and Sunday.
Wow. And
then Sunday I'll finish at like 6, and then I'll eat and stuff, and then I'll drive back to Cov, and I'd have a lot of work to do, because my roommates who are in my course, they do a lot of work on Saturday and Sunday at the time that I'm in London, because that's the time they're free. And then by the time I come back, they're already in the library. I'll come back at like 8-9 p.m, put all the food that my mum's given me and all of that in the fridge, and then make my way to the library.
That's insane.
And then I'd start doing my work till like 1 a.m, 2 a.m. I'll go home, sleep, and then I would have 9 a.m. I'll finish that, then I'll train.
Do you know what? I think there must be, I don't know, you just must be one of these people that's like, and I don't want to discount anything you do because you work so fucking hard.
Yeah.
But you must be like just naturally good at picking things up, because like, what if you come home late at night and you work until 1 a.m, 2 a.m, like that's nowhere near as much work as the university thinks you need to put in.
Yeah, it's not. As in, I didn't do enough work. No, yeah.
But you got the degree.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, I think Corona might have blessed me, because I think the lecturers would have thought Corona just let him off.
Did you get a what's it called, a maintenance loan?
Yeah, I had to.
Fucking hell, like obviously maintenance loan goes like that when you're at uni, but you didn't go out.
I actually had, like, to be fair, I did go out quite a bit, like not a lot, but like I still did go out every now and then. But we got this thing, so I didn't know we got this until I came to the course, but we got a 3K bursary every year. So yeah, buddy. Yeah, so I didn't know this. So it's like Tuesday, my first week of uni, and then the lecturer tells me you get £3,000 every year because we had to go to this place called Unipart it was like not a placement year, but it was a company where we had to go and like do projects on their fuel fillers and stuff. So for that, we got paid, and it was insane.
Remind me what car you drive?
Right now I'm driving an Astra, so it's not even that nice because my car crashed. Oof. Someone hit my car.
Big oof.
Yeah.
You used to drive a Beamer?
Yeah, that was years ago.
Right.
And then I got a GT86, and the GT86 is the one that someone hit in the middle of the night.
Ah.
Yeah.
Not.
It was sad.
Yeah, you must have been. You're getting paid for these PTs, yeah?
Yeah.
Jeez, you must have been loaded.
Yeah. As in, I had expenses.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, but I always somehow... I bought my mum a TV with the bursary money, and I would spend it on like stupid stuff.
Shit.
Like I'd start modding my car. Like when I had the Bimmer, I would just mod my car. I'd do dumb shit to my car that I don't even need.
What, you would mod it or pay other people?
No, I'll pay other people to mod it. I don't mod it. But yeah, now I don't do any of that. I'm trying to save a little bit of money, I guess. Yeah. I'm trying.
How old are you now?
23.
23, yeah. So a year younger than me. That makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, when's your birthday?
December 6th, 1998. Oh, that's my date of birth.
Yeah. So Tiger Den, and now you're.
Yeah, then when I finished uni, I've really built it properly because I knew I'm going to have to do this when I train full time. So I built it properly. It's like twice the size it was when I first built it. And it's really nice, to be fair.
Is this just a room at your place?
Yeah.
Do you live by yourself? Or
No, I live with my parents.
Your parents must be the coolest parents.
Yeah. As in, it was like, because my mum knew I didn't want to go uni.
Yeah.
So it was like my mum's present for me.
Oh, that's cool.
It was like a parent's present for me because I went to uni for them to get this degree because they wanted, as in it's for me obviously, but I didn't really want it. But I did it for my mum. That's the summary of my uni life. But because I did that, when I came back, she was like, okay, if you want to do this, I could do this for you, kind of thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just you coaching there at the minute.
Yeah. It's like, I've heard a lot of stories where like someone would finish uni and their dad would like buy them a house.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I've heard stuff like that. It was like something like that.
That's
but like
cool.
not a house, obviously.
Like just a graduation present.
Yeah,
of
something
some
like
sort.
that. So my graduation
extravagant.
present was Tiger Den.
Your graduation present was a workplace.
Yeah. As in, I love that.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's sick. It's a nice gym. Like it's like
It is, yeah.
matted up. I like during the Corona period, I'd get guys from New Wave to come and spar there. So we'd actually spar. And it's sick to scrap in your house like that.
You had to do it like pro wrestling style, like no touch. Just like sell it.
No, we'd spar.
And then you finish uni, you go back to New Wave. How many days a week are you training at New Wave?
5 days a week.
5 days a week.
But like 2 sessions a day. 2 to 3 sessions a day.
Morning and afternoon, or?
Yeah, morning and afternoon. Usually it's like I train at New Wave in the morning or SNC in the morning, and then I train in the evening New Wave, and in the middle I do my own thing in the Tiger Den. Like it's either I go on a run, which I do quite a bit now, or it's like doing drills myself.
Okay. And is it the drills? Is it just something that?
Like head movement drills, footwork drills, stuff like that. Like it's very light because it's the second session of the day and I still have the third session, so I don't go over the top with it. It's just like I don't know, it's like an active but rest type session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keeps your body loose.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing S&C in the morning.
Yeah.
Like,
as in, if I rest the whole day after training, I feel really weird going to my session at 8 p.m. in the evening because I've just been doing nothing the whole day.
Yeah.
So I try to keep myself a bit over that.
So you're still PTing at the weekends then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did do Monday to Friday, but it gets a bit long with training, so I just I do it all on Saturday, Sunday. I do some on Fridays.
Is it
as well.
mostly Tamil kids?
Yeah, but there's other people coming as well. But yeah, a lot of Tamil people. There's a lot of Tamil people where I live as well. So from that.
I remember after your kickboxing fight, you got quite a bit of media coverage.
Yeah.
From various places. Talk to me a bit about that. Like
that, I swear on, I didn't even expect that to happen. But basically, because I took my flag, that's literally why that happened. Because there's not that much Tamil fighters. There's not that much Tamil athletes, you know? There's not, especially in this country. I don't know a lot of Tamil athletes that are like trying to provide by being an athlete, you know? So the moment I did that and I won the way I won, and then I raised the flag the way I raised the flag, it really like made some people get really happy about it, and that's why that happened.
Has that become a common thing?
What?
Do you get a lot of coverage from Tamil?
Yeah, because
outlets.
Yeah. Like, there's not a lot of Tamils that are doing what I'm doing. So, the moment they see that, they're like, "Oh shit, there's a Tamil MMA fighter." But I think a lot of Tamil people can be MMA fighters, or a lot of Tamil people are talented enough to be athletes and stuff. They just need to do it. For us, our parents are all about studying, get a good job. Like a lot of my relatives don't even like the fact that I'm fighting.
Is that? So obviously, I hate using the word privilege, but you know, I'm a fucking white Anglo-Saxon male. I was born here. My parents were born here. All that sort of bullshit. So you could look. I mean, I do come from a point of privilege, and so Well, there definitely were expectations for me to do well, to go to university, especially my family, to go to university, get a good degree, get a good job, stuff like that. Is that for you, for Tamils? Is it a cultural thing that exists back in Sri Lanka?
Yeah.
Or is it a migrant thing? Because you find this in a lot of cultures. The first generation immigrants to Western countries, when they have kids, they want their kids to go through proper education.
Yeah. So that's literally my parents. So my parents migrated over here in 1997/8, and then I was born 1998, and they don't even know English properly. Like they're like two scared Tamil people that just migrated over here. They don't know how to speak English. They don't know their way around here. They're not living a life that they lived down there. They would have been, I don't know, they would have been able to talk their own language and like get on with their life. So when I was born, they were scared, probably. When I think of it now, like I always used to think, oh, my parents are strict. They want me to do this, but they were just scared. Like if I came to this country and I have no idea what's going on, I've got a kid, I'm gonna try be as secure as possible in raising that kid. So that I'm not gonna just go and let him become an MMA fighter straight away. I want him to have a good education so he can live a good life. But yeah, that's why they are the way they are, I think.
And you see, I mean, it seems to me like that attitude, even for your fight career, has helped you a lot. If they didn't have that, maybe you wouldn't have had the direction to pursue fighting. Do you think?
I don't know about that. As in...
Because basically what they're doing is they're putting a work ethic.
Yeah.
And I hate the phrase, I've used it already, work ethic. They're putting a work ethic into you.
Yeah, as in my mom, not just studying, but she wanted me to do something, do everything. Like, that's why she even put me in karate. Like, I didn't ask to go to karate. She put me there because as much as she wanted me to study, she wanted me to learn everything so I can use my skills or whatnot, like get a good amount of skills. So yeah, that did help.
So, what's your first memory of MMA then?
That is a good question, man.
It's a question I like, because everyone goes, oh.
Bro, no.
Let me tell you this story.
Yeah, so I'm training Muay Thai now, so sixth form time. I've never been to an MMA gym, but I want to fight in MMA in my head. Like, I'm in my first year of sixth form, so year 12, 17 years old, 16 to 17 years old. And I started looking at MMA shows, like just watching fighting. Yeah, just watching it, like in sixth form. And then I thought, I want to fight in this. Like, I've got good skills. I can fight in this. I had no idea about ground game. I don't know what ground game is I didn't know ground game was even called jiu-jitsu at the time. It was that bad. And I basically called GP UK. So I'm 17 years old, 16, 17. I called the guy that runs the show. I asked him if I could fight. Yeah. It was not a good idea. So as in long term, it was a good idea.
Anyway, moving on.
So I called him and I said, I want to fight in your show. And I went. And that was it. And I went and I saw I've never seen a cage in my life. I've never even seen a fence in my life, like a MMA fence, yeah. Never even seen that. Just know how to kick and punch a bit. And I got taken down and I got choked out. I went to sleep.
You went to sleep?
Yeah, I went to sleep. So I was 17. The guy was like my age now. So he's like 22, 23, and he trains.
There's a difference.
Yeah. As in, it was his amateur fight. It was his first amateur fight, but he trains. Like, he's an older guy. He trains or whatnot. I have no MMA, so I did what I knew, which was kicking, a lot of kicking. So I went, but I froze. I didn't know how to fight in front of a big crowd like that. It was dark. The spotlight was just a cage. I had no idea it was gonna be like this. I walk in and I froze in it. Like, even my striking went out the window. Like, I was stiff. Like, my legs were just stiff. So I went in. I threw I was moving, and the first thing I did as soon as he came a little bit forward and I saw any form of attack was spin. I just spin kicked, and because he was coming, he took my back, and I didn't know how to like frame and like underhooks and whatnot.
Yeah, you don't if you've never done any grappling.
Exactly. I didn't know that. I just grabbed his head and just pulled him over my shoulder. So he kind of flipped over me, but when he flipped over me, he grabbed my neck. Like he went for the neck. So I rolled with him, and I rolled with him, and yeah, he got me in the rear naked. It was like in 40 seconds. Yeah.
Not bueno. What weight class was that at?
This was at 61, and
really,
I didn't know you can weight cut. I didn't know
no,
about
obviously,
water cutting and stuff, so I cut real weight to 61, like by dieting, and I didn't even know you can like water cut, sweat it out and stuff.
Didn't you enter yourself for a featherweight fight?
Yeah. So then I still don't know. So then when I came over to uni, before I even went to Lions Gym, I booked myself another fight with the same person, but this was at featherweight. And I still have no jiu-jitsu like that well. And then I remember I booked the fight, and then I went up to James and I said, I booked this fight. And James was like, why did you do that? And then he was like, he didn't say don't do it. He just said, we'll help you, kind of thing, like as much. Because he knew I got striking, like a decent amount of striking now, not even how it was before. Like it was like a year after. And then, but that fight was dead. He took me down, but there was nothing happening, and I was just in side control for the whole 3 rounds. And
yeah, there is a highlight from that fight that I kind of feel like in the long run it's not going to be a big deal, but it's where he like double legs you, and literally carries you over to his corner. And I've never seen, when I watched that fight, I'd never seen anyone do that before.
Yeah. As in, I don't even remember it that well, but yeah, that did happen, and I was like, because it's embarrassing, innit? But in the long run, it's not embarrassing because in my head it was I want to fight. Yeah. That was all that I cared about in my head. I just wanted to fight. I just wanted to get in that cage and fight.
It's the same in music. If you want a show, book a show. Yeah,
but I didn't have enough I didn't learn enough. I haven't learned enough yet. And then that's when I was like, okay. And then James told me, fight in K1 and Muay Thai, learn the MMA, learn the jiu-jitsu, learn the wrestling, and then fight in MMA. And then that's what I did. So I fought in the K1 the following year, and then I fought in Muay Thai the following year after that. And then I didn't fight because of the corona and a little injury that happened and a few issues. And then I fought in 2021, and now I've had 3 MMA fights, and I won 2.
Yeah. It's night and day. It's night and day. It's the difference between these last 3 fights, even the one you lost, and the first 2 fights. You look it's
as in the first 2 fights. I don't remember the year, but I think it was
2017,
2018, and then I fought. And then I fought. No, 2017.
So your first fight was 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
September 2016, and your second fight was December 2017.
Yeah, so then I fought in K1 2018, 2019 fought in Muay Thai, 2020 didn't fight, and then 2021.
Those 3
fights.
Is that a schedule you're looking to keep? Obviously, you're fighting at IMMAFs this month. Is that a schedule you're still looking to keep?
Yeah,
3 fights a year.
Yeah. To be fair, these 3 fights I fought in like 5 months. It wasn't in a year. It was from July. July 31st was my first fight, and then September 25th, and then December. So it was the second half of the year I had all 3 fights. If I have the whole year, I could fight more, no doubt. But I think I should take a little break in between each fight. I don't know.
You got to learn as well, haven't you?
Yeah. As in, I always, that makes sense.
There is that balance between you want to stay competition ready, and the only way to do that is competition, but also there's learning that happens between that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure I know people who would love to fight every week if they could.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're always preparing for a fight, you're never going to get that new stuff in.
Yeah. So after IMFs, I'm planning to take like a month off, I guess.
That's still nothing.
Yeah, as in I thought like even like after a certain amount of fight, like last year I was like, okay, let's rest for like 2-3 weeks. I couldn't, I can't.
No, because like you're buzzing.
Yeah, and when I'm training hard like twice a day, I want to fight at the end of 6 to 8 weeks. You know, I don't want to just train and keep training. I want to test it. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so
100%.
that's why I wanted to fight as regular as possible. And because I didn't fight the whole of 2020, I just wanted to get as many fights in this year. Last year.
So, speaking of the IMMAFs, how was training today?
Yeah, it was good. So the England squad came today. So they came from because of the travel, it made me a little bit tired because I had to travel from Southeast London all the way up. We didn't do anything too hectic. It was just learning. We did some cage work, did some level change stuff, did some takedowns, and that was it. To be fair, yeah, it was good.
Was it different from?
It was cold.
It's cold.
Yeah, it was very cold.
But they had where it was.
It was in Manchester. They had a heater on, but it was still a little bit cold. But yeah, that was it.
It just reminds me of when I was at rugby as a kid, and then Jack shares this with this memory with me. You'd be freezing. It would be like Sunday. It's like being on a football pitch. It's absolutely and you're in your shorts, and you're like, it's so cold. Why do I do this? I don't want to do this. And the coach always goes, well, just get running. You'll get warm. Like, no, there's a different kind of.
Yeah, up north is weird, man. It's very cold. Like for the IMF trials, they didn't even have a heater, and it was in like a gym, but it was like a church as well. It was freezing cold in there. Like I couldn't feel my feet the whole session. So there were points where I don't even know what I'm doing, like with my feet when I'm like defending a takedown or whatnot, like against the cage. I genuinely couldn't feel my feet for the whole day. Like after, like I was driving home and I can't feel my feet. It was very bad.
That is not what you want when you're.
Like I just turned the heater on, and I was just doing it, but it was very weird. Up north is very cold. I can't hack it. I can't.
Southern Ferry.
Yeah, I can't.
I love the north. I'm a Midlands boy, but I love the north.
I'd rather stay in the south.
Everyone's so grumpy.
What, at south?
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're actually very nice people.
I'll have you know.
They are very nice. They're nice people in southeast London, Lewisham especially. Just wanted to say that.
Shout out to Lewisham. What weight class are you fighting at for IMMAFs?
66, because they don't do water cuts and that, so I'm on weight right now.
Do you think? Do you think you're gonna feel great fighting at 66?
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone else is natural weight.
They weigh in at like 9 a.m. or something, I think, and the fight starts at 11.
So it's for every fight as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so you're not gonna have time to rehydrate to a point where you should be. So even if you do that the first day, you're not gonna win enough to get to the 5th day whilst water cutting every day.
Did you see Melissa's fights at 66?
Yeah, I watched it.
So good.
Yeah. I remember watching it live. It was sick. Yeah.
makes me kind of, as someone who has never cut weight before, makes me kind of wish that people didn't have to cut weight.
Yeah.
Because I just think people look better without.
Yeah, they do. But even if it's on the day weigh-ins, for not my last fight, the fight before that, which I lost, that was at 66, and that was on the day weigh-in. But I saw people were still water cutting.
Yeah, they used to do it for wrestling. That's where weight cutting comes from, isn't it?
People still water cut, like even if it's on the day. So they're fighting in the evening, they're still water cutting, like a good few kilos. So it's basically like cheating if you're just weirding out your weight like that, you know?
Oh yeah, 100%.
But it is what it is.
Fuck with your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, someone I know had to cut not that much. It was like a kilo or 2 in a day before a jiu-jitsu competition. Didn't do a water cut, just like dieted like for the day before. But we didn't know going into this jiu-jitsu competition that the weigh-ins were right before you fought. So this person, stomach was empty, just like no food whatsoever. A little bit of water, like no food whatsoever, competing in jiu-jitsu. Did very well, but that, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Just at
why
that point.
would you do that? Like, why would you compete hungry, empty stomach? What's the point?
No.
There's literally no point.
No.
You can't perform your best. Even if you do well, you could have performed better. It's just weird.
Do you feel the difference? Do you as a fighter feel the difference?
Because mine's day before weigh-in, I cut to 61, and my last cut, I didn't even feel the cut. It was so easy. Like, and I rehydrated, and I felt great. And I just felt great. My last cut didn't even feel like a cut. I didn't even take a bath in the end, like for the cut.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It just sounds funny.
Yeah, I didn't take like a hot water bath.
So your brother trains at Lions.
Yeah, he does.
I've not yet spoken to him. How old is Saren, isn't it?
Yeah, Saren.
Yeah. How old's Saren?
He's 19.
19, and he's just started uni.
Yeah, he
It's
started
first or
uni
second
last
year?
year, second year now.
Second year. Is he sort of looking to follow in your
Yeah,
footsteps? He wants to fight.
Yeah, he wants to. There's an interclub happening this
Yeah.
month in Birmingham.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are.
Yeah, I'll be competing. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine because he wants to compete as well. So
Okay.
take him with you.
On the train.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Do you remember when we went to the interclub and
Yeah.
like ate bears after?
I had a vlog.
Oh,
Do you remember the vlog?
No, I don't.
Oh, I should send it to you.
Yeah, I want to see it.
So shit. It's funny, man.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
Do you remember the amount of food? Sorry, we'll get back to Sarah in a minute. Do you remember the amount of food that Sefer and his dad ordered?
Yeah. These guys are sleeping in the car that they came and they were just eating so much food. I was like, what the hell, man?
And there's me. Like, I ordered we went to TG, was it TGI Fridays? Yeah. I ordered a salad and a beer because, like, I wanted a beer. I'd had, a couple of fights. I wanted a beer, but I was also really poor.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't realise until later that day I was, like, really badly concussed.
Oh.
Well, I say really bad. I was a little bit concussed.
Okay.
But I'm there with a salad and a beer, and these guys are there with like 3 burgers each, like two large fries each, onion rings, all this.
I don't know if I remember correctly, but James was eating everyone's food.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I gave like a quarter of my food to him. Like,
I don't think you went to the one after. Maybe you did. I don't know. The one after that in Leeds.
I went to 2.
Right.
Clubs.
So you were probably there. Did you go to Nando's with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Do you remember
When
what James ordered? He
No.
ordered the hottest chicken they had with the peri-peri salted chips and and he put the Vusa sauce on it. So like the hottest sauce that Nando's have.
Okay.
And and I was like, fuck it. Like, I guess it was me trying to prove that I'm tough, even though I'm not tough.
Okay.
And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to join him. And hot food like doesn't really get to me that much. Maybe like hot food from other countries probably would, but like hot food here, not so much.
Yeah, and Nando's is not that deep.
No.
Yeah.
And but fuck me, we put the Vusa sauce and the peri-peri salted chips, and James is sat there like this. Oh my god, I can't do it. And he reckons that gave him IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, because he swore for months after that. He couldn't shit properly.
Oh shit!
Like anything.
I don't think
ate,
I was there for this. For this
I feel like
Nando's
you were.
day.
Yeah. If you went to Nando's.
There was a day where James was telling us the maddest stories. Is that the day?
Yeah.
The maddest stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
But to be fair, he tells some pretty mad stories anyway.
Nah, this is like the maddest stories I've heard, like from James. I'm pretty sure that this is the day we're talking about.
Probably, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was there.
So Saren, did Saren do karate?
Yeah, he did karate as well. He got a black belt in karate, but he has never competed in karate. But he's good, like his kicks and that. And he started Muay Thai when I started Muay Thai, so it's like he started everything younger than me. Because whenever I went, he kind of came with me. And yeah, so now he's doing MMA at Lions.
I haven't wrestled him yet. How's his wrestling?
No, it's pretty dead. I'm joking, it's not dead. It's getting there. Like on Saturday, I was just making him do sprawls and shoots and just getting him to
You're
go.
taking that old school karate teaching style and applying it to...
Yeah, as in like he finds it a little bit hard to shoot.
Okay.
Like because like that flexibility, just shooting explosively and stuff. But it's there. It's there.
So is he not as flexible as you?
No, he's not as flexible as me. He used to be, and then he just kind of stopped with all of that. He started getting into football and stuff, and footballers are all they're not flexible. They just never look at flexibility, and then he just kind of lost it a little bit with that. But he could still kick high. Like he could kick good. Like he's good at kicking like heads, but he can't like go splits and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Ronnie.
Yeah.
So is he doing MMA? MMA in K1?
Yeah, he wants to fight in MMA and K1. I think
cool.
he wants to have I think he wants to do what I did. I think he wants to fight in K1 whilst learning MMA, jiu-jitsu, like everything, and then fighting MMA.
It's cool that you, almost like James, have really sort of tested the waters with everything. So now, like, you can almost say to people, hey, you should do this. Like, if you're serious about fighting, then you should do this, train this, like, think about doing it this way, that sort of thing. Not just for your brother, but for all the clients that you have.
Yeah.
People that want to fight in your area. Is that something that, I guess it just kind of happens, but is that something that you think about at all?
Like getting people to fight?
Almost like your, not responsibility, but your position in the community.
Yeah.
As a coach.
Right now, like, I'm kind of focused on my thing,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Obviously, because it's my brother, I'm telling him what to do and stuff. But yeah, eventually I think I will do... I do stuff like that. People do come up to me and ask, they want to fight, they want to do this, but they only come to me really once a week, you know? So they're not going to a natural. But when someone really does want to fight, I tell them, you should probably get going to New Wave Academy as well if you want to fight, kind of thing. But yeah, that's...
Just give them a shout. Who are the coaches at New Wave?
So the heads of New Wave is Christian and Colin, and they're like Colin. Christian does the jiu-jitsu classes and stuff, and but the coaches, so Tommy, Tommy is an experienced amateur MMA fighter, and he's like my main MMA coach right now. He's sick, and my jiu-jitsu coach is Owen. I don't know if you've heard of Owen.
What's his last name?
Owen O'Gallaghan, I think. Sorry if I got it wrong.
I feel like
He's competing in the ADCC soon.
Yeah, it rings a bell.
He's a beast.
I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, and for wrestling, it's Sid and Alex. If you've heard of Sid, he's competing for England, I think, soon.
No, I'll have to check these guys out.
And yeah, that's it right now.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask, especially for Alicia, your dog.
Yeah.
Your dog is the most adorable.
Thank you.
Thing. Well trained as well.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
At times.
Did you put a lot of work into the training?
Nah, not really. She was just naturally good with everything. I remember I didn't even teach her how to sit. One day I came home and my brother said, "Oh, she's sitting when I say sit." And she was. That was it. And then since then I was like, okay, she's smart. So I'd started teaching her stuff like lying down, all of that's easy. But like I teach her how to play dead. That's quite cool.
Hard.
But she would only do it if it's in the den though. If it's in the tiger den,
okay.
She won't do it on normal floor. It's weird. So I'll take her into the gym. I'll be like, lie. And then with the treat, I'll be like, tip. And she'll just tip to the side. And I'll be like, 1, 2, 3, bam. She'll just lie there.
That's funny.
And then
funny.
I'm sitting there like without moving. I'm like up, and then she'll get up. That's
cool.
like the coolest trick I've got. She used to never listen when it comes to like letting her off leash, and she would run off, and I won't even know where this dog is. Like it will be quite scary. Like there's been times where I thought I lost her, but now she'll be so far. And if I say 3, 2, when I'm counting 3, 2, she'll be back before 1, kind of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Aura.
Yeah. That's a really cool name.
Yeah. I named her.
Yeah. She's got a... Is it a brother?
Yeah, Ace. So
Ace.
The brother, he's massive.
Who's got Ace? Because you're...
My cousin.
My
first cousin has Ace. So basically, that was a funny little story as well. So I was going to buy a dog. And today, I've decided the dog is coming to my house. So my cousin came to help my brother paint his room. And then he found out we're going to buy a dog. He convinced his parents to come with us to look. In the end, he got a dog as well.
That's so funny.
Yeah, they were literally, because they were young when they got it, or the sister was, and they're literally like borderline gonna cry if the dog doesn't come home with us. So they bought it in the end.
What kind of dog?
They are half German Shepherd and half Husky.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
They are beautiful dogs as well.
Thanks, man.
Now I want one of those now.
Yeah. I can't lie, I want a cat. I want a cat to play with Aura.
Where is he? You don't want that cat.
Oh, really?
You know.
Oh.
He's an asshole. Call him Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Yeah, because he's the devil.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want a cat to just play with Aura, but at the same time, I think Aura will like bite it or something. So I don't know.
No.
Nah.
Not if you get a kitten and they.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I think it's harder to introduce a dog to a cat than a cat to it. So like, if you've already got a dog
Yeah.
You get a kitten,
Yeah.
and they're fine. But if you've already got a cat, and even if you get a puppy, like the cat's just like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, I swear.
Yeah, my mum. Although he was quite big, my mum's just got a puppy. He's half standard poodle and half border collie. And he's just like growing like crazy. He's only like 6 or 7 months old now. But when they came here, he was 2, maybe 3 months old, and he was like so tall already. And he was just a puppy. Like, we couldn't have had him here any sooner. The cat's just there, just like.
Now, cats can be scary, man. When they start like doing all that, that hissing, growling.
Shit. Yeah. And the dog just wanted to play, because the house that he was in, like before my mum got him, had cats. So he just wanted to play, but like. But no, the cat doesn't.
Or is really friendly. I just don't know. She's a bit hyperactive sometimes. I don't know what she'd do. But she's very friendly with people when they come. Because a lot of people come through my house to the back to train. So she's always...
That's good.
She knows how to like deal with like new faces, I guess.
Kid trained as well.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah, it's true.
Dogs.
But some kids are just naturally just terrified of her. Like, I have to literally get her and put her in the back of the gate.
I mean... I know it's not your job, but that's sometimes really good for them to be going to a place regularly that has a dog.
Maybe, yeah. But this kid is like, there's one kid, I don't know, there's something, like, he's terrified of it. Like, I can't keep him, like, anywhere near it. Like, I have to literally take her upstairs and put her on a gate and close the gate so this guy can go into the gym.
Good Lord.
But
so we mentioned Josh Merritt. If people want to check out Josh, because he does your strength and conditioning, I think it's at Josh Merritt strength. At Josh_Merritt_strength on Instagram. What do you like about working with Josh?
He's just simple. Like, with the workouts he gives, is even when it's like very hard, it's like, this is it. Like, it's proper structured. Because I don't actually go to him. He sends me the workout plans and I do it. So. And it's like every exercise is like hyperlinked, so I could just click it and it'll take me to YouTube. If I don't understand it, he sends me like a voice note of everything, explaining everything already. But if I still don't understand, I could just look at that. It's very clear. I just literally look at it and just do it.
Awesome.
It's very easy.
And you've just got a new sponsor recently.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Complete Smiles.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How did that come together?
So that happened after my last fight. My following went up quite a bit after my last fight, and because of the IMMAF as well, they reached out to me, and they're a private dentist company. They're quite sick with what they do. They're doing a what's it called? The aligners.
It's like Invisalign.
Yeah, Invisalign. So to make it completely straight, I think. So for that, they're doing like a £1,000 discount for that. Oh wow! Yeah, it's pretty mad. So if you want it, you can go as well. I'm just saying. Anyway.
I'll definitely think about it.
Yeah.
You can look at them up at Complete Smiles UK on Instagram. Do you have a promo code or anything?
No, just say you sort it through me, I guess. There's no promo code. But yeah, they just messaged me on Instagram and we just got to go from there.
I found you had a TikTok.
Yeah.
You like TikTok?
I used to not, but it's just when I'm bored, I just do it. It's one of them ones.
Well, if you want to check out Kenny's TikTok or his Instagram, it's at Kenirujan for both. Sort of last question, because I know you got to get off to London.
Yeah.
Long drive. Who are you watching at the minute in the UFC?
Sorry?
Or in MMA? Who are you watching at the minute?
Oh, that's tough. I'm watching Sean O'Malley. He's sick.
What do you like about him?
I just like the vibe that he brings. Like, he must get hated on so much.
I hate him.
Right, exactly. But
he sells, as a wrestling fan, he sells tickets.
He's doing his thing. It's sick. I love the way he handles himself, and I love the way he fights. It's not even just all talk here. Like, he's genuinely finishing people and stuff.
Crazy.
And I know he hasn't faced top 5 or top 10 or whatnot, but I think he'd do well against.
I want to see him and Cody.
I think he beats Cody.
I think he beats Cody.
Yeah, I think he.
Which is a shame because
I think he'd knock out Cody.
I used to be the biggest Cody fan.
Cody used to be a scary guy.
Yeah.
Have you seen his first few fights, first 1 or 2 second fight in the UFC? He's literally following the guy to the cage and he just throws one right hand and he just drops. The other guy just drops. Like proper power behind that.
Yeah.
And now he just lets himself get hit a little bit too much, I think.
Yeah, he just doesn't, he just relies on that power too much. He gets like caught up in his own head.
No, against Dominic Cruz. Cody against Dominic Cruz.
That's such a great fight.
My man was dancing.
Yeah.
Like, not
I
just
know.
relying on
I know.
power.
I think that was probably one of the first MMA fights I ever saw.
Oh, really?
Because I believe this is where like people like Cooksey and Russell are going to come in and be like, oh, no, actually it was blah, blah, blah. But I think it was UFC 203, which was CM Punk versus
That was
Mickey
your
Gall. And
That's the first fight you watched?
that was what I was watching for. I think I might have watched the Brock Lesnar Mark Hunt fight before that, but it was Punk. I say this to everyone. Everyone goes.
My first was Anderson Silva versus Vitor Belfort. That was the first fight I watched. That was a good fight to be the first fight watched.
Yeah, for sure.
The front kick.
100%.
Yeah. As in, I didn't even watch it like live. It just came up on YouTube when I was like 8-9 years old.
It's weird because I got into MMA from a grappling like side of things.
Yeah.
Like I stuck with it because Punk mentioned training with the Gracies, and I looked up this Gracie Jiu-Jitsu shit, and I just
So
liked,
you got into MMA because of CM Punk?
100%.
Mad.
100%.
That's
So,
mad.
like, I know I'm no big player, but like, fuck anyone that's like, oh, don't
Are you like a CM Punk fan?
Huge CM Punk fan.
Okay.
Huge CM Punk fan. Glad he's back in wrestling.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? Yeah, so I got him from a grappling standpoint, but then I think Conor fought at 205 after that, and I just wanted to check out Conor because it was like it was versus Eddie Alvarez. It was the title, the double champ thing, and I saw the way Conor fought. Now you could probably dissect it way better than me, but that karate stance, like just the way he did things.
I remember I used to watch a lot of highlight videos of UFC, like knockouts or like performances or whatnot, and I remember watching McGregor fight, and I didn't know that was called Conor McGregor at the time because I wasn't like into the UFC like that, like knowing all the names and stuff. But I saw McGregor and I was like, that guy is sick, like because it was against Chael Sonnen. Was it?
No,
it wasn't Chael Sonnen. There was a short, stocky guy.
Brandao?
Third fight or fourth fight? When he goes to spot him, the guy doesn't spot him, he puts his middle finger and walks off. It's not Chael Sonnen, that's so dumb. It's not Chael Sonnen, sorry guys.
I should know this. I should absolutely know this. Where's his MMA record? There's so much shit on him, like his controversies and stuff.
He's short and stocky.
I know who you're talking about. What's his
I'm pretty sure his name starts with a C, which is why I said Chael Sonnen.
I know who you're talking. Oh, you don't mean Chad? No, it's not Chad Mendes.
No, it's not Chad Mendes.
Marcus Brimage.
Does he have like blonde hair?
Diego Brand? No. Dennis Silva.
It might be Dennis Silva.
I think it's Dennis Silva. Yeah,
it might be. So it doesn't start with a C. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that fight where he just kept jab crossing with using the left hand, just breaking him down, and I was like, shit. And he was even threw like a spin kick, and I really liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I came for Punk and stayed for Conor.
Okay.
It took me a while with every other, like all the rest of the striking. I just didn't understand it. But I was the only kid that when I watched MMA, I was the only guy that when I watched MMA, I was like, when they went to the ground, I was like, yeah.
Oh.
Because like everyone else, if you go to like a sports bar or like a pub or anything, and you watch MMA.
It took me a good while to get into the grappling. Like even when I was at Lions, I didn't like it as much as I liked the striking.
Yeah.
But now I love all of it. It's sick.
Alicia's started. Well, I say started. Alicia loves all of it as well.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
That's good.
She started with Muay Thai under Dean.
Yeah,
James.
I remember she used to train Muay Thai.
Yeah.
When I was there.
She's looking good, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm looking for. She's fighting Golden Ticket.
She's fighting
March.
the Golden Ticket.
Yeah.
Sick.
We got a few boys coming.
Who?
Boys and girls going out. Lee. Do you remember Lee? Tall guy, top knot, blonde. Yeah. Lee's fighting. There's another guy whose name I can't remember who's on the list. He's quite fresh. You won't know him. But they're looking for a match for him. Obviously, Melissa's fighting. I think Garon's fighting. I think Jack's fighting. So we got a few people going out. It's gonna be really cool.
That's it. I came to not the last Golden Fight ticket, the one before, where James.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
that was sick. Man.
It was cool to see you.
I started off at the end, like at the
Yeah.
back. But by the time James fought, I was sitting at the front row in the middle, so I could literally, if this is the cage, and I'm sitting right, and I'm just seeing James leg kick the madness out of this guy, and it was sick to watch.
It was mad that you came up for that.
Yeah, because they were fighting, so I really wanted to see James, Garon, Melissa fight. I couldn't see Melissa fight, but in the end, I didn't see her fight. It was like two different things, and Noah was fighting that day as well, so I came up to watch him as well.
That's cool. How did he get on?
Yeah, he won. He fought for the bantamweight title. The amateur
Oh
bantamweight
yeah!
title.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah, it's 5 rounds of control. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much for coming over, Kenny.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it. It took a while to get this together, but very happy we did.
Yeah.
More than welcome back anytime. Come back on after IMMAFs and talk about your gold medal.
Hopefully.
Anyone you want to shout out? Plug yourself.
I've shouted out Complete Smiles already, and that's about it. Yeah.
Right. Well, so if you guys want to follow Kenny, you can follow him at Kenirujan on Instagram and TikTok. I'll link everything below as per usual. Look forward to seeing you again soon, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.